Hello, my name is Monica with Temple of Geek and that hashtag show. And I just want to thank you guys for being here.
Thank you.
Right back at you.
Yeah.
So I think the first question I want to ask you, and this is for the three of you, is I think one of the things that makes The Expanse so special is that the writers of the books are included in the television series. How do you make the tough decisions to decide what elements of the books make it into the series?
It's a conversation between the three of us. Naren is the showrunner. He has the final decision-making power, but the three of us always will have a conversation about what should be in the show and what elements of the books can be condensed or removed and still keep the spirit of what we're doing intact. And Naren is very committed to making sure that the story we tell in the show is in spirit the same story we're telling in the books. So it's pretty collaborative when we make those decisions.
It's a fun conversation at the beginning of every season, and it's the entire staff, the entire writing staff. We sit down, we talk about the show, we talk about the path through it, and we talk about the things that we're, because it's a television show and not a novel, the things that we're going to have to change. And it is actually an incredibly enjoyable part of the process because everybody wants to stay true to the source material, which we all love. And it's always, how are we going to do that this year? So it's always a conversation.
Excellent. One of my favorite things about the series is how even though The Expanse is based in a distant future with fantastic technology that we can only dream about and in outer space, so much of the show mirrors political and social issues that we see today. What is it like trying to translate those things into a sci-fi series?
It turns out it's really easy. What you do is you read a lot of history, or you ask Ty, who has read a lot of history, and base your storylines off of things that have happened and that keep happening. And as you do that, the newspaper just keeps up. That's all of the stuff that we've written that seems really on point. We wrote years before, and then humanity just keeps screwing up in the same ways.
Yeah, it turns out humans just keep cycling the same 5 problems over and over again. So if you write about any of those 5 problems, you're guarantee in the next newspaper one of them is going to be the current thing.
Yeah.
Are there any characters that are especially special to you, to each of you, maybe more so than others?
I will say that at least at the beginning and in writing the books, I got to do the last pass on all of the Avasarala scenes. I have a certain affinity for that character and her mode of expression.
When you look back during your time on writing the show and also writing the books and writing the show, and just your whole time with The Expanse, what are the moments that really stand out to the three of
you?
Well, so there was this one time very early on. There was an actor in a relatively small part who was behind me on set, and I remember realizing that this is a character that we made in the novels specifically so there could be a conversation with a point of view character, and then nobody else was around, and so we had just made up some guy for him to talk to, who was now standing behind me. That was weird. That seeing that kind of evolution from craft issue into physical human being, that's a little surreal.
And I would say for me, it just has to be the Amazon picking up the show in season 4, because there are many campaigns to save a show. Every time a show gets canceled, especially genres like save the show. They almost never work. I mean, it's the reality of it. And to have it work in that fashion at that conference, Jeff Bezos himself and being there in the audience for that moment, it is about as surreal an experience as I can recall. And that definitely, that's one for the books, in my opinion.
It's a pretty good one.
It was pretty good.
As we head into the final season, what do you hope audience take away with them when they're finished watching the new season?
I hope people feel like we paid off the promises we made at the beginning of season one. The thing I've been telling people is there's a text crawl at the beginning of the first episode of season one. And I feel like when we get to the end of season 6, if you read that text crawl again, we paid off that promise. Mm-hmm. And I hope people feel satisfied with the answers we have to the question we raised at the beginning.
Excellent. And then I guess my last question for you is there anything that you want to say to the fans of the show as we head into this final season?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. We got to do this because they read the books and watched the show and they supported us through all of this.
And the fan campaign at the end of season 3 was truly a grassroots campaign that people just loved the show. It was nothing that we started or organized, and it was to have it come out that way and to have a good result, and the fact that we got to do 3 more seasons of the show after it as a result of it. It's again, that's the biggest thank you to the fans, and that's on them. They did it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here with Temple of Geek and that hashtag show, and good luck with the final season, and we can't wait to watch.
Thank you so much.